Good morning. I'm going to cover workout number 1 in my man cave series. So we're in your office space bedroom. We've got an area that's no bigger than 4 by 4 feet. We're using the door to anchor our TRX. We're going to get it started with a chest press. I'm going to bring the TRX overhead and underneath my arms. Now this is part mobility, part strength, and a little bit of cardio. I want to keep the TRX cinched in nice and tight. I'm going to find a lunge position. So feel that stretch, and then I want you to press back. Maybe adjust your position of your feet and find a good contraction here. Feel the chest working, feel the abdominals engaged. We want a neutral pelvis here. We're going to lunge and press. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Feel that contraction there. Good posture, head up, looking up. We're alternating our legs and squeezing at the top. A little stretch at the bottom. Use as much or as little leg press as you need. Sometimes I like to come down and just tap the toe. We're going to do 10 reps there. Every step you take, that's 1 rep. Alternating legs, 10 reps. We're going to take a rest, then we're going to go 15 reps. Then we're going to rest in 20 reps. Rest 25 reps, rest, and 30 reps. By the time you're done with that, it'll be about 100 reps. Try not to let that take more than 10 minutes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to move to the kettlebell. We're going to start with a row. So I'm going to grab my kettlebell. You want to keep it relatively close to you so it's accessible, and create a good foundation here. You're starting a lawnmower. You want a good solid base. You're going to come down. You can either use the hand or the forearm. I like to use the hand sometimes, get that good stretch, and then pull, pull, inhale, and exhale. A little rotation at the top, but try to keep those hips neutral, which means my hips are in alignment. My pelvis and the top of my sit bones aren't, I'm not leaning too far forward, and I'm not tucked too far back. We're going to go 15 reps on each side. Try to look up and out. Next exercise, we're going to move to an upright row. We just grab our kettlebell, drive it up with the elbows. If you'll notice, I don't have a super heavy kettlebell. I'm using 12 kilograms or around 25 pounds. You can use a 25, 30, 35, and as low as 10, 15. Next exercise. I like to add the devil rope. We'll talk about this a little bit. I'm going to loop my rope through the kettlebell, and now I can use modified hand grips here. I'm going to bicep curl. Starbucks is kicking in. Get this done first thing in the morning. If you get it done, you won't need to worry about it the rest of the day. A couple times a week, you're doing good. We can grab this guy, bring it behind. We're going to move into a tricep press. Imagine you're using a cable off a cable machine. Don't hit yourself in the head. It's all very functional. Again, with this rope I can use, if I'm doing bicep curls, I can use an easy curl grip. So we've got that series there. We went from our TRX. The second piece is the kettlebell work. So we went upright row, row, bicep curl, tricep extension. We use the rope. We can go through that series 1, 2, 3 times. If we want to, we can add the Indo Board to this. Use your cushion. You don't need a lot of air. The less air, the better. With the board in place, I can work stability. I want to come down, tuck your hips, grab your bell, inhale, and exhale. Try to keep that neutral pelvis. So whether I'm working that upright row, high pull, When the pelvis is neutral, inner thighs are engaged. We'll cover some of that in our Pilates mat work, but that's what we want. Is like a surfer or any athlete, we want to nice and strong, and typically we lean a little too far forward, so practice that neutral pelvis. So that piece there covers some of our strength. Now we're going to work into a little bit of cardio. Clear your space. The next series, and you can probably get the card off of the video if I add that. Kettlebell swing. My kettlebell's already in place. One thing with the rope is if I want a shorter swing, the rope allows me to do that. And I'm training a little more grip here. It looks goofy, but the kettlebell swing, when done correctly, is an effective way to add low impact cardio. Main thing is that there should be no flexion or much extension in the spine. It's kind of a pump. We're hinging at the hips, pressing, pulling back. So we got 50 reps of the kettlebell swing. Now we're going to do some jump rope. See, jump rope, this is our jump rope. Low impact, you know, we could be on the second, third floor. You don't want to make a lot of noise. Grab your jump rope. You're just going to step over and step back. Try to keep that neutral pelvis. 25, maybe upwards of 50 repetitions. Over and back is 1 repetition. You're going to feel that everywhere. You're going to feel that deep in your psoas, abs, hip flexors, everything. The stabilizing leg is going to start to burn. Don't be afraid to push it a little bit, but on your first couple times around, don't go too far because you will be sore the next couple days. Make sure you get some mobility work. Get a little bit of yoga in. Use your TRX to get in that long back stretch. You'll need it after man cave jump ropes. After that, we're going to go with the suitcase deadlift, and it might help to have a slightly heavier kettlebell. I'm going to use this little guy though. It doesn't need to be too heavy. We're just going to bring it down and pick it back up. Really simple concept, functional training. Here we want to keep a neutral pelvis, but because it's functional, we are going to tend to lean forward just a little bit. Try to keep the head up. I like a really close grip here. You're going to have the most power in this jump stance. My feet are in line with my AS/IS bones, with the bony part of my hip. So I'm in nice and tight, engaging my inner thighs, picking my bell up. And we'll switch sides. 50 repetitions on each side. We can go through that series 2, even 3 times. By the time you get proficient at this workout number 1 of the Man Cave series, it shouldn't take you much longer than 30 minutes. Guaranteed you're going to feel it. I'd recommend beginning it with 10 minutes of TRX or mat work, yoga, get into a child's pose, do a couple Pilates roll-ups. If you don't know what these things are, start to look them up on YouTube. I'll try to get some of that out too. But we want to make sure that the spine is ready to take on some of these tasks. And at the end, we want to decompress with some similar exercises. Thank you very much, and I hope this was helpful.